everyone. Let's do some more adding. I have some squares over on this side of my board. Can you help me count how many I have, please? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 squares I'm going to use, and that's why I've put the number 7 here, just to remind me. We're going to move those squares around between the two sides to do our adding. Let's start with it as it is though. We have 7 squares on this side. And how many squares do we have on this side? 0. 7 plus 0 equals 7 squares altogether. Let's write a number sentence that goes with this picture. So we have 7 squares here, 7, plus 0 squares on this side, 0, and that equals how many squares altogether? Yeah, there are 7 squares all together, 7. Can you help me read that number sentence? 7 plus 0 equals 7. Great. Okay, so we're going to move those squares around a little bit and have some fun with adding. Let's move just 1 square over right now. There we go. So how many squares do we have on this side now? Are there 6? Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, we have 6 squares on this side. And how many squares do we have on this side? Just 1. 6 squares plus 1 more square equals how many squares altogether? Yep, 7 squares. Let's write a number sentence that goes with this picture. So we have 6 squares here, 6 squares, plus 1 square on this side, 1, and that equals how many again altogether? 7. There are 7 squares all together. 6 plus 1 equals 7. Can you read that with me? 6 plus 1 equals 7. Great. Okay, so we'll move the squares around again. Let's see, this time how about we put another square and another square this way. Okay, so how many squares do we have on this side now? We have 4 squares over here. And how many squares are on this side? We have 3 squares over here. 4 squares plus 3 more squares equals how many squares altogether? Do we still have 7? Should we make sure? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, we still have 7 squares. Let's write a number sentence that goes with this picture. Okay, so we have 4 squares here. 4 plus, how many on this side? 3 more squares on this side. And that equals how many squares altogether? There are 7 squares all together. Could you help me read this number sentence, please? 4 plus 3 equals 7. You got it. Okay. Let's erase that and do one more together. Let's move another square and another square. How about that? That looks like fun. So how many squares do we have on this side now? Just 2 squares on this side. Let's write a number 2. And plus, how many squares do we have on this side? Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 squares on that side. 5. And how many squares do we have all together now? We still have 7 squares. So we'll write a 7 over here, right? 2 squares plus 5 more squares equals 7 squares all together. Can you help me read the number sentence? 2 plus 5 equals 7. Adding is a lot of fun, and you have a job to do at home now. You're going to go and find 7 of something. You can use 7 squares like I did, or you can use your 7 Cheerios or your 7 chocolate chips, and you're going to organize them in 2 different piles and talk about the adding. Get mom or dad to help you, and they can help you write the number sentences too. Have fun adding.